a game to me!
Hey guys, it's Volixias. This is a different type of video where I'm gonna do a top 10 style list of my choices for the best sports anime of the decade. I'm not gonna cover shows that started before 2010. This is also just my opinion, so if anyone has any differing opinions, please comment them below. Before we begin, if you enjoy the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Number 10. Yomushi Pedal. Sakumichi Onoda is a cheerful otaku looking to join his new school's anime club. Unfortunately, the club has been disbanded and he takes it upon himself to revive it by finding students who are willing to join. Without much luck, Onoda decides to make a round trip to Akihabara on his old bulky city bicycle, a weekly 90-kilometer ride he has been completing since 4th grade. This is when he meets fellow first-year student Shinsuke Imaizumi, a determined cyclist who is using the school's steep incline for practice. Surprised by Onoda's ability to climb the hill with this specific type of bicycle, Imaizumi challenges him to a race with the proposition of joining the anime club should Onoda win, and thus begins the young boy's first foray into the world of high school bicycle racing. Number 9. Hinomaru Zumo. In professional sumo, there are no weight classes. There is, however, a minimum size requirement to be a pro sumo wrestler, and young Hinomaru Ushio, incredibly talented and hardworking though he may be, does not meet that requirement. This small boy has big dreams of reaching the highest class of sumo, Hinoshita Kaisen. The only way he could possibly go pro is if he becomes the high school Yokozuna, a title given to the strongest wrestler in high school tournaments. Ushio is under a lot of pressure, as well as a time limit. If he can't show off his skills in the high school tournaments, he may lose his chance to go pro permanently, and the odds are stacked against him. Instead of enrolling in Ishigami High, the best school for sumo in Japan, he enrolls in Udachi High and must build a sumo club from the ground up with the one devout member, Shinya Ozaki. Udachi High is the true underdog of the sumo world, but Ushio has to push forward with all his strength if he is going to make it professionally. Number 8. Run with the Wind. Former ace runner of Sendai Josei High School, Kakeru Kurahara, is chased away from a convenience store for shoplifting. Shaking off his pursuer, he runs into Haiji Hyosei, another student from his university. Haiji is impressed by Kakeru's agility and persuades him to live in Chikuseiso, the rundown apartment where Haiji resides along with 8 other students. Having lost his entire apartment deposit at a mahjong parlor, Kakeru accepts the offer reluctantly. However, Haiji reveals a secret during Kakeru's welcoming party. The apartment is actually the dormitory of the Kansei University track club. He unveils his ultimate goal of participating in the Hakone Ekiden, one of the most prominent university marathon relay races in Japan. Unfortunately, all the residents apart from Haiji and Kakeru are complete running novices. Worse still, none of the inhabitants are even remotely interested in being involved with Haiji's ridiculous plan. With only months before the deadline, will the 4th year student be able to convince them otherwise and realize his elusive dream of running into the Hakone Ekiden? Number 7. Baby Steps. Diligent and methodical honor student Aichiro Maruo decides to exercise more during the little free time he has available because he is worried about his health. For this reason, after seeing a flyer, he joins the Southern Tennis Club at the beginning of his freshman year. During his free trial at the club, he meets Natsu Takasaki, another first-year student who is determined on becoming a professional tennis player due to her love for the sport. In contrast, Aichiro's study-oriented life exists because he believes that it is what he has to do, not because he enjoys it. However, his monotonous days come to an end as the more he plays tennis, the more he becomes fascinated by it. Baby Steps is the story of a boy who makes the most of his hardworking and perfectionist nature to develop his own unique playing style. Little by little, Aichiro's skills begin to improve, and he hopes to stand on equal footing with tennis's best players. Number 6. Diamond No Ace. With the straight pitch that completely missed the batter, Eijun Sawamura loses his final middle school baseball game. Frustrated by this defeat, Aijun and his teammates vow to reach the national tournament once they are in high school. But everything changes when a scout unexpectedly invites him to Tokyo's prestigious Seido High School after seeing the potential in his unusual pitching style. Encouraged by his teammates, Aijun accepts the offer, ready to improve his skills and play at a much more competitive level of baseball. However, now surrounded by a large number of skilled players, Aijun struggles to find his place on the team. He declares that he will one day become the team's ace, but that's only if fellow first-year Satoru Furuya doesn't take the title first with his breakneck fastballs that earn him a coveted spot on the starting roster. With the addition of these talented new players to an already powerful lineup, the Seido baseball team aims to become the best in Japan, facing off against a number of formidable foes that stand in their way. Number 5. Yuri on Ice. Reeling from his crushing defeat at the Grand Prix finale, Yuri Katsuki, once as most promising figure skater, returns to his family home to assess his options for the future. At age 23, Yuri's window for success in skating is closing rapidly, and his love of pork cutlets and aptitude for gaining weight are not helping either. However, Yuri finds himself in the spotlight when a video of him performing a routine previously executed by the 5-time world champion Viktor Nikiforov suddenly goes viral. In fact, Viktor himself abruptly appears at Yuri's house and offers to be his mentor. As one of his biggest fans, Yuri eagerly accepts, kicking off his journey to make it back onto the world stage. But the competition is fierce, as a rising star from Russia, Yuri Plisetsky is relentlessly determined to defeat Yuri and win back Viktor's tutelage. Number 4. Mogalo Box. To be quiet and do as you're told, that's the cowardly choice. These are the words of Junk Dog, an underground fighter of Mogalo Box, an evolution of boxing that utilizes mechanical limbs known as gear to enhance the speed and power of its users. Despite the young man's brimming potential as a boxer, the illegal nature of his participation forces him to make a living off of throwing matches as dictated by his boss, Gansaku Nambu. However, this all changes when the Mogalo Box champion Yuri enters his shabby ring under the guise of just another challenger. Taken out in a single round, Junk Dog is left with the challenge: if you're serious about fighting me again, then fight your way up to me and my ring. Filled with overwhelming excitement and backed by the criminal syndicate responsible for his thrown matches, Junk Dog enters Megalonia, a world-spanning tournament that will decide the strongest Mogalo boxer of them all. Having no name of his own, he takes on the moniker of Joe, as he begins his climb from the very bottom of the ranked list of fighters. With only 3 months left to qualify, Joe must face off against opponents the likes of which he has never fought in order to meet the challenge of his rival. Number 3. Kuroko No Basket. Teiko Junior High School's basketball team is crowned champion 3 years in a row thanks to 5 outstanding players who, with their breathtaking and unique skills, leave opponents in despair and fans in admiration. However, after graduating, these teammates, known as the Generation of Miracles, go their separate ways and now consider each other as rivals. At Seirin High School, 2 newly recruited freshmen prove that they are not ordinary basketball players. Taiga Kagami, a promising player returning from the US, and Tetsuya Kuroko, a seemingly ordinary student whose lack of presence allows him to move around unnoticed. Although Kuroko is neither athletic nor able to score any points, he was a member of Teiko's basketball team, where he played as the phantom 6th man, who easily passed the ball and assisted his teammates. Kuroko No Basket follows the journey of Seirin's players as they attempt to become the best Japanese high school team by winning the Inter-High Championship. Number 2. Ping Pong the Animation. Makoto doesn't fight alone. He and his friend Yutaka Hoshino, nicknamed Smile and Peko respectively, are 2 boys who have grown up playing ping pong together nearly every day. Peko, brimming with confidence, aims to be the best table tennis player in the world. Smile, on the other hand, shows little ambition. Nevertheless, the 2 have always stuck together, with a bond built upon their mutual love for the sport. Every year, students from all across Japan gather for the Inter-High Table Tennis competition to achieve national and international stardom. Through intense training and competition, only the very best persevere. Ping Pong the animation serves a tale of ambition with his fair share of bumps along the way. Whatever the odds, Peko and Smile will face them together. Number 1. Haikyuu. Inspired after watching a volleyball ace nicknamed Little Giant in action, small-statured Shoyo Hinata revives the volleyball club at his middle school. The newly formed team even makes it to a tournament. However, their first match turns out to be their last when they are brutally squashed by the king of the court, Tobio Kageyama. Hinata vows to surpass Kageyama, and so after graduating from middle school, he joins Karasuno High School's volleyball team, only to find that his sworn rival Kageyama is now his teammate. Thanks to his short height, Hinata struggles to find his role on the team, even with his superior jumping power. Surprisingly, Kageyama has his own problems that only Hinata can help with, and learning to work together appears to be the only way for the team to be successful. Haikyuu is an exhilarating and emotional sports comedy following two determined athletes as they attempt to patch a heated rivalry in order to make their high school volleyball team the best in Japan. And that's the end of this list. I hope you found something good here. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. If you have any comments, feedback, or recommendations you'd like to share, please do so. Thanks for watching.